Ready to go deep on something really fascinating. Today we're exploring how artificial intelligence and Islam are intersecting. You've given us a pretty diverse set of sources, YouTube videos from both Islamic and tech perspectives, even some exploring AI's potential impact on faith. Basically, our mission is to understand how Muslims are engaging with this technology that seems to be changing so rapidly, both the opportunities and the anxieties that it's provoking.
Yeah, and what's fascinating here is the range of perspectives. We have voices celebrating AI as this amazing tool for Islamic learning, and then others are deeply concerned about the ethical implications, especially in areas like fatwas and the spread of misinformation.
Yeah.
Lots to unpack.
Lots to unpack. So to kick things off, let's just dive into what AI is actually capable of.
Okay.
We're not talking about some far-off fantasy here.
Right.
This tech is already doing some pretty remarkable things.
Absolutely. It's generating images so real they could fool the human eye, creating voices that are almost indistinguishable from our own. AI is writing coherent text, translating languages with incredible nuance, and it can even perform facial recognition with remarkable accuracy.
And it's doing all of this with a speed and a scale that just surpasses human capability.
Yeah.
Like, take, for instance, this Indonesian YouTube channel, Towards Eternity. They're using AI to generate these completely original Islamic-themed images.
Interesting.
I was really struck by their visuals of Muslim robots and even depictions of the Day of Judgment.
Wow.
It really highlights the potential of AI to create unique content, things you won't find anywhere else.
That's a key point. AI isn't simply replicating what already exists. It has the power to actually create something entirely new. And this leads us to these concepts of niche AI and general AI.
Okay.
As explained by Sheikh Yasir Qadhi in his talk at IPIX Masjid. So niche AI is designed for very specific tasks, like playing chess or recognizing faces. But general AI aims for broader intelligence, more akin to human cognition. And Sheikh Qadhi emphasizes that understanding this difference is crucial when analyzing the varying levels of impact AI can have on our lives and on our faith.
Yeah, so the potential applications within Islamic practice, they seem vast.
Absolutely.
We already have apps like Tartil, which utilizes AI to help users recite the Quran more accurately. And there's even discussion around developing AI-powered hadith search engines. Just makes you wonder, could AI actually revolutionize how we learn about and engage with our faith?
The possibilities are certainly there, but it's not without its complexities. Consider the concept of AI-generated fatwas.
Oh, wow, yeah.
At first glance, it might seem like a convenient tool. However, Sheikh Yasir Qadhi raises serious concerns about the accuracy of such a system and the potential for it to replace human scholars. And this is where those ethical dilemmas start to surface.
Yeah, it's not just about convenience either. It's about the deeper implications for Islamic scholarship and religious authority.
Exactly.
The sources we've looked at suggest that having readily available AI-generated information could actually lead to a devaluation of knowledge.
Interesting.
Definitely something to consider.
For sure. And this potential for disruption extends beyond religious practice. Sheikh Yasir Qadhi also delves into these broader ethical concerns like self-driving cars having to make life or death decisions on the road.
Right.
And he even talks about the potential for AI-powered warfare. These scenarios might seem like something out of a sci-fi movie, but they're quickly becoming our reality.
It's both fascinating and a little unsettling, isn't it?
It certainly is. And as with any powerful technology, the potential for misuse is a serious concern. The sources highlight a particularly chilling example of ChatGPT being used to create code that targeted Muslims for surveillance by the Department of Homeland Security.
Oh.
And there's also a very real fear that AI could be weaponized against Muslim populations in India by Hindu nationalists.
It's alarming to think about. These sources paint this stark picture of how AI could be used to spread misinformation and even incite violence.
And this is precisely why it's so crucial for Muslims to be actively involved in AI development. We need voices advocating for ethical and responsible use of this technology, voices grounded in Islamic values. And it's encouraging to see several YouTubers emphasizing the Quran's teachings on verifying information and critically evaluating sources. These principles are more important than ever in the age of AI.
So far we've kind of explored what AI can do, its potential role in Islamic practice, and the ethical concerns that are emerging.
Right.
But there's another layer to this conversation, one that gets to the very core of belief.
Right.
A lot of the YouTubers we looked at were wrestling with this anxiety. Will AI replace the need for religion? Will people start worshiping AI?
Yeah.
These are profound questions, and they tap into some pretty deeply held fears about the future.
It's understandable that people are grappling with these anxieties. After all, AI is unlike anything we've ever encountered before. But it's important to remember that for all its sophistication, AI is still a tool created by humans. It relies on human input, human ingenuity, and it can't replicate the human soul or experience emotions in the way that we do.
So you're suggesting that AI isn't necessarily a threat to belief in God?
Not inherently, no.
Okay.
In fact, some argue that studying AI can even deepen our appreciation for the wonder and complexity of Allah's creation.
Interesting.
The more we learn about how intricate these systems are, the more we might marvel at the even greater complexity of the natural world. It invites us to reflect on the limits of human understanding and the vastness of knowledge.
It sounds like you're saying that engaging with AI, even critically, can actually strengthen our faith rather than diminish it.
It's certainly possible.
Okay.
And I think that's a perfect place to pause for now.
Okay.
There's so much more to unpack in terms of the spiritual and philosophical implications of AI.
We've only just begun to scratch the surface of this complex and evolving topic.
Indeed. We'll delve deeper into these philosophical and spiritual dimensions when we return for part 2 of our deep dive.
Welcome back. Last time, we really laid the foundation exploring AI's pretty incredible capabilities, its potential applications in Islamic practice and those ethical concerns that are beginning to surface. But now I think we should shift our focus to the more philosophical and spiritual aspects of this conversation. This is where things get really thought-provoking.
Yeah, I think what's most intriguing is how this technology forces us to kind of re-examine our understanding of ourselves, our relationship with God, even the very nature of creation.
Right.
It's this profound intersection of technology and faith.
We left off talking about how AI, even with all of its advancements, can't truly replicate the human soul or experience emotions like we do. But there's still that lingering question of how this technology impacts our understanding of what it means to be human, in relation to the divine.
One of the things that really struck me in the source material was how some YouTubers were drawing these parallels between the development of AI and the creation of Adam.
Oh, wow.
It's as if in our pursuit of artificial intelligence, we're trying to emulate the divine act of creation.
That's a powerful comparison, and it really taps into that sense of awe and maybe even a bit of fear that we experience when we witness what AI can do. It makes you wonder about the nature of creation and our role within it. But, some argue that rather than diminishing belief in God, AI can actually enhance it.
It's a fascinating perspective. Some scholars see the study of AI as a way to deepen our appreciation for the intricate design of the universe. Think about it. The more we learn about how complex and sophisticated these systems are, the more we might marvel at the even greater complexity of the natural world, pointing to the grandeur of the Creator.
It's like peeling back the layers of a cosmic onion. And with each layer, the mystery and wonder just grows. But isn't there a risk in attributing too much power or significance to AI? Could it become an object of worship or misplaced faith?
It's a valid concern and one that's echoed in our sources. Throughout history, we've seen how humans have a tendency to idolize things, whether it's technology, wealth, or even other human beings. The key is always balance and perspective. As the Quran consistently reminds us, only Allah is worthy of worship, and our reliance should be on Him, not on our own creations.
So how do we as Muslims strike that balance? How do we engage with AI without losing sight of our core Islamic principles and our relationship with Allah?
I think it starts with education. The more we understand about AI, how it works, its limitations, its potential pitfalls, the better equipped we'll be to kind of navigate its impact on our lives and on our faith. And it's crucial to remember that AI is ultimately a tool. Like any tool can be used for good or bad. Our intentions, our values, our ethical framework, those will determine the course of this technology.
So it's not about rejecting AI outright, but about approaching it with wisdom, discernment, and a strong grounding in our faith.
Precisely. We have this rich tradition of Islamic scholarship that can provide a framework for ethical decision-making in the face of new technologies. We can draw upon principles of justice, fairness, compassion, and the pursuit of knowledge for the benefit of humanity. These principles should be our guiding lights as we navigate the world of AI.
That makes a lot of sense. But what about the individual Muslim? What practical steps can they take to make sure that AI doesn't negatively impact their connection with Allah?
Well, cultivating mindfulness is essential. We need to be aware of how we're using AI and whether it's bringing us closer to Allah or distracting us from our spiritual obligations. It's also crucial to remain grounded in our core practices, like prayer, reading the Quran, and seeking knowledge from trusted scholars. These are the anchors of our faith, and they can help us weather the storms of technological change.
It's like amidst all this technological advancement, we need to double down on our spiritual practices to make sure we're not losing sight of what truly matters. But let's flip the script for a moment. Instead of focusing on the potential dangers, what are some of the ways that AI could actually strengthen our faith or enhance our Islamic practice?
That's a great question. And the sources provide some really exciting possibilities. We've already touched on apps like Tartil that are kind of revolutionizing Quranic recitation. But imagine AI-powered tools that could personalize Islamic learning, catering to individual needs and learning styles. We could see AI-driven platforms that connect Muslims from all corners of the globe, facilitating collaboration, knowledge sharing, and a deeper sense of community.
That's a powerful vision. It's like AI could help us transcend geographical boundaries and foster a truly global Muslim community.
Yeah.
But one of the concerns that came up in our sources was the potential for AI to be used to spread Islamophobic misinformation or even incite violence.
Yeah, it's a valid concern and one that we can't afford to ignore. It underscores the need for media literacy and critical thinking skills. We need to be able to discern between credible information and AI-generated propaganda. This is where Islamic teachings on seeking knowledge from authentic sources and verifying information become even more crucial in the digital age.
So it's not just about passively consuming information, but about actively engaging with it, asking questions, being skeptical, especially when it comes to AI-generated content, which can be incredibly convincing.
Exactly. And we need to be actively involved in shaping the narrative around AI and Islam. Muslims should be contributing to AI development, advocating for ethical guidelines, and pushing back against bias and discrimination. We can't afford to be passive bystanders in this technological revolution. It's our future, too.
It's about taking ownership, making sure that AI is used in a way that aligns with our values and benefits humanity as a whole. It's a tall order, but a necessary one.
It is indeed. And with that, I think we've covered a lot of ground in this segment. We've explored the philosophical and spiritual dimensions of AI, the potential benefits and risks, and the importance of an informed and engaged Muslim community.
We've looked at how AI is challenging our understanding of ourselves, our relationship with God, and the future of our faith.
It's been a fascinating journey so far.
It really has.
And it's not over yet. When we return for our final segment, we'll look ahead to the future of AI and Islam, exploring the potential impact on both individuals and the global Muslim community.
Welcome back to our deep dive into AI and Islam.
It's been quite a journey, hasn't it?
It really has.
We've explored AI's capabilities, its potential impact on Islamic practice, belief. We even kind of delved into those philosophical and spiritual dimensions of this technology that's changing so rapidly.
Exactly. And now I'm really curious to look ahead. If AI is already this advanced, where is it headed? What can we anticipate in the years to come?
Well, the pace of development is really astonishing. I mean, what seemed like science fiction just a few years ago is so quickly becoming our reality. We're really on the brink of even more sophisticated AI systems with the potential to revolutionize nearly every aspect of human life, from healthcare and education to finance and governance.
So it's not just about cool gadgets and futuristic robots anymore. This technology is poised to touch every facet of our existence. And that kind of brings up a crucial question for us as Muslims. How do we ensure that AI is developed and used ethically, in a way that aligns with Islamic values?
Yeah, it's a challenge, no doubt, but it's also an incredible opportunity. We need to be proactive in shaping the future of AI, engaging in these conversations about AI ethics, advocating for regulations that prioritize human well-being over profit, or just unchecked technological advancement, and promoting Islamic perspectives on responsible technology use. I mean, these are all vital steps that we can take.
It sounds like you're saying we can't afford to be passive bystanders in this technological revolution. We need to actively shape the narrative around AI and ensure that it's a force for good in the world. But what about the potential impact on the Muslim community itself? Could AI actually help to bridge divides within the Ummah, connect Muslims across borders, and kind of strengthen our collective identity?
The sources we've looked at suggest some truly inspiring possibilities. Imagine AI-powered platforms that facilitate communication and collaboration between Muslims from, diverse cultures and backgrounds. Imagine AI tools that provide access to Islamic knowledge and resources in multiple languages, making it easier for people all over the world to connect with their faith and learn from one another.
That's a compelling vision. AI helping to create a more inclusive and interconnected global Muslim community. But let's be realistic. There's also the potential for AI to be used for far less noble purposes. And we've already discussed the threat of AI-powered surveillance and discrimination, especially targeting Muslims.
Absolutely. And this is where our vigilance and our activism are absolutely critical. We need to be aware of these threats, raise awareness within our communities, and advocate for policies that protect our fundamental rights and freedoms. It's about ensuring that AI is used to empower, not oppress, and that it doesn't become another tool for marginalizing or demonizing any group of people.
It's a sobering reminder that technology itself is neutral. It's the human intentions behind it that determine whether it's going to be used for good or for ill. And as Muslims, we have a responsibility to make sure that AI is guided by ethical principles grounded in compassion, justice, and respect for human dignity. These are universal values that I think resonate deeply with our faith.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. Islamic scholarship and ethical frameworks have so much to offer in guiding the development and use of AI. We can draw upon this rich tradition of critical thinking, moral reasoning, and social responsibility to help shape a future where technology serves humanity, not the other way around.
It's been incredibly insightful exploring the intersection of AI and Islam. We've covered so much ground from the awe-inspiring capabilities of AI to the very real ethical challenges that it presents, and even the profound questions it raises about our own humanity and our relationship with God.
And what's most exciting is that this conversation is only just beginning. As AI continues to evolve at this unprecedented pace, the questions, the challenges, the opportunities, they're only going to multiply.
So we would leave you with this final thought. How will you engage with this transformative technology? How will you contribute to ensuring that AI is used ethically and responsibly in a way that benefits all of humanity? The choices we make today will have ripple effects for generations to come. It's a future that we must shape together.